Okay, are you ready? I need you to stay real still.
Why are you so nervous?
But these are your bangs, Yuri!
Just get it over with so we can start our training. That tickles.
Gehenna, the research firm, and the French charm manufacturer Grant Guignot have made a scientific breakthrough. They've extracted stem cells from a huge and developed a cloning process. It has been postulated, and perhaps now confirmed, that the huge have some form of chimerism. Their genetic material contains the DNA of every other living thing. The primary objective of these two organizations was to clone the human genes in order to generate a huge Lily hybrid. They appear to have been successful. The young lady in our care is their so-called test subject. If she is not, in fact, human, the Academy can no longer rely on legal precedent to offer her sanctuary.
Meaning that we have no other choice but to give her up. How do you do?
How do you do?
No way. You mean she can't stay? I don't believe it. She hasn't done anything.
I'm sorry, but you need to step aside.
Can you at least tell me why?
That's privileged information. I would like to ask the same thing. Yuri is still an official member of our Legion. We have a right to know what's going on. Unfortunately, Gehenna and Granguignol have confirmed Yuri. No. Rather, that this individual is huge. She's what?
She was born of a cloning effort. Earlier on the day we found her, a Gehenna research vessel made close contact with a huge nest. The idea was to siphon Magi from the nest to complete the experiment. But predictably, a huge attacked and sunk the ship, and the test subjects were lost before they awoke. All except for one.
Okay, so? Why should I care where she's from? She's no different from the rest of us! Yuri's a normal girl!
You sound mad.
Just stand down, okay?
What are you going to do to her?
She belongs to Gehenna. They've requested her return.
And if she goes back, what will they do to her?
They'll experiment on her, then likely terminate her.
They can't. I won't let that happen.
Riri?
Hey, Yuri. What do you want to do?
I had a lot of fun at the competition yesterday with you and all the other girls, so... if I can, then I want to stay here with you. Riri, you smell really sad.
I'm okay. Sorry. No more tears.
What was that? She escaped.
There must be a way to protect Yuri. I don't think she's dangerous. What have we overlooked?
We can't be the ones to strike a partnership with a sentient huge. The liability is beyond comprehension. One wrong move, and Lilies could be perceived as a threat, as the general public is powerless against Magi. It would be arrogant for us to risk that outcome now. We must be delicate. The defense force is already en route. Preventing full-scale armed conflict between humans and Lilies is our #1 priority.
If I can, then I want to stay here with you.
There will always be people who fear Lilies no matter what. But if all we want is to live our lives freely, is it arrogant to fight for that?
Girls, don't panic! Everyone stay calm! Yuri's a huge and Ruri took off and there's a warrant out for her arrest, but it's fine!
How so?
They must have made a mistake. Think about it for a second. There's no possible way Yuri could be a huge. Ruri's obviously in the right!
But if they fled from the academy, there must be enough truth to it that they're not safe here.
I'm a boosted Lily. So mark my words, Gehenna will be here, looking for them.
What do you mean, boosted?
It means that they experimented on her to artificially enhance her abilities.
When I finally made it out of there, the school took me in. Whatever Gehenna tells you, don't trust them.
We have orders. We're to move out immediately to arrest Riri and capture Yuri. Get ready to go.
Go where? What's your plan?
The Hitotsu Unagi squad will be the first legion to locate them, and we will protect them. That's my decision as vice commander, but feel free to stay put if you object for any reason.
You know we're not allowed to disobey Academy orders.
This directive comes from the government, not from Yuri Gauka. So you're under no legal obligation. But we should take care of each other. It's only natural.
I was hoping you'd say something like that, Miss Yu. Let's do it!
Hey, you seen Kaede? I believe that her family's business is embroiled in this mess. I'm sure it's awkward for her.
Kaede,
Of course now you choose to pick up the phone. Start talking.
are you well?
Yes, I've never been better.
I'm sorry, but I'll have to call you back. It's not a good time right
No, I should think not. You've certainly made a mess of things, haven't you?
Listen, I'm sure this has been challenging for you, but please don't interfere. Even for you,
Expect me to proceed as I see fit, as you obviously have this whole time. As things stand, I couldn't care less about your input.
I know Gehenna's proposal was utterly foolish. Making Lilies from huge is ridiculous. It deserves nothing but scorn.
Surely you understand that you can't absolve yourself after the fact, don't you, Father? You make me sick.
My only hope was that girls like you wouldn't have to be involved anymore. That's why I accepted.
That's noble, coming from the head of a weapons manufacturer. When you put it like that, I'm almost impressed by the sentiment. But you were wrong, Father. Your little experiment failed. And in the end, that girl is exactly like the rest of us. So you see, if you want to keep Lily safe, this is not the way to do it. Please, Father, take responsibility, do the right thing, and don't make me curse my destiny. I don't want to regret the fact that I have Magi and became a Lily, or that I was born your daughter. Oh, good. Glad to see everyone's here.
Where have you been?
I had something to take care of.
We're gonna side with Riri and Yuri. What do you think?
Isn't that a shame? I was so looking forward to rescuing Riri all by myself, but what can you do?
Please be honest. Are you involved in any way with what's going on?
That would be a resounding no. A Lily doesn't abandon her legion.
I see. Well, shall we be off?
Where are we? I guess some town that was abandoned after a huge attack. If this was someone's home, where are they now? I don't know. Everyone hates the huge, don't they? I wonder if they hate me, too.
Don't say things like that! No one hates you. Don't think twice about that.
Sorry. Hey, please don't cry. It's okay. We'll see them again soon.
We have received multiple interesting reports that a Yurigauka Lily has fled with the Huge, whose capture was ordered this morning. Can you confirm or deny this for us?
That is accurate. Our institution is working to rectify the situation. We will have the girls in custody before long.
I'm sorry, girls? You mean one fugitive Lily and one huge. Watch your language. It's unfortunate that only adolescents are able to use Magi. But consider the optics here. Many civilians fear that Lilies could turn on the public simply for being asked to do what is right.
I'm sure you realize how these two are exacerbating the situation.
How can you justify their actions?
They simply wish to live their lives as freely as possible. Nothing more.
You don't say. Yes, I suppose we all want that. But sacrifices must be made. And if Lilies are the only humans capable of using Magi, it follows that they should be made to bear a commensurate burden. Don't you agree?
I haven't been to one of these in ages!
Don't get too excited. We're supposed to be on a mission, remember?
Sure, you can say that, but you did buy 2 desserts.
I need them to replenish my energy!
I heard Lilies from other gardens got mobilization requests too.
What? The Defense Force actually got outside Lilies involved?
I want to get one thing straight with you two. Whose side are we on here?
Hang on. Whose side? We can't disobey direct orders, can we?
Well, they came from the government, not Yurigauka, right? So we could.
I think I'd rather believe what I've seen and felt. Is that so wrong?
If we mess this up, I worry. Will it end in Lilies and humans fighting each other?
That will not happen. We're not regular soldiers. We only fight huge.
Well, in that case, remember that we've all been trained in situational decision-making. And we have the authority to make tactical calls. Huh?
Okay, so the most important thing we have to decide is whether Yuri is a person or a huge.
Let's settle that. Human or huge? On 3.
1, 2, human!
With all due respect, Acting Chairman, I believe that we veered slightly off topic.
On the contrary, let's continue. This is a discussion for which we are long overdue. When we force young girls to bear the brunt of combat, we should continually ask what we're fighting for.
That question requires perspective. Gardens have been given autonomy despite public opposition, out of fear. These girls are inherently dangerous, and a Lily who protects huge must not be allowed to exist.
She who fights with monsters might take care lest she becomes one. Gaze into the abyss, and the abyss gazes back into you.
Indeed. I think we could all take that lesson to heart, yes? Excuse me. It appears that we've received a new report.
Nice to meet you. I'm Yurigauka Girls Academy Arsenal Division 2nd year Moyu Mashima. I published 51 papers on my Magi research last year alone. I believe they call me Weekly Moyu in the field.
Moyu?
Right, sorry, my bad. I'll get straight to the point. Yuri is a human. Definitely not a huge. Let's look at the data, shall we? I double-checked Yuri's genome analysis, and it matches a human's with 99.9% certainty.
But not 100%.
Don't be ridiculous. There's no such thing as a 100% human. I mean, you and I aren't identical, right? No, duh, there's variation. We're all unique. Genetic diversity is the root of long-term survival for any species, and genome evolution occurs under our noses every day. So of course we're all gonna be a little different. You and I are only 99.9% human too.
But she was born of a huge!
I thought you'd say that. But a genetically human being shall be considered human regardless of origin. That's from an international treaty that came into effect about 20 years ago, when ethically dubious research like yours was more rampant. Our country only ratified it last year, but that's neither here nor there.
If she has any huge genes, I'll hear no exception.
Right, I was getting to that next. It turns out Yuri's huge-derived cells totally lost their function when she became humanoid. Her body absorbed them and rendered them useless. And that's even supported by materials supplied by Grand Guignol. Man, without these, it would have taken me a whole extra day to figure that one out. So again for the cheap seats. Yuri is human.
Now that that's been settled, she can no longer be considered your property.
But she's still a fugitive!
The arrest order you issued was based on unsubstantiated information. Might I suggest you rescind it?
Our response was perfectly reasonable.
Yes, operating under the assumptions that you were. There's no changing the past. But we should take this opportunity to recalibrate our approach as we move forward. And needless to say, Now that Yuri has been officially identified as a Lily, this academy will take full custody of her in accordance with precedent. Let's hear it for precedent.
How long do you think we'll have to stay here? I'm not sure. I wasn't really thinking that far ahead, although...
You have to run, Riri. There's a deserted town several miles west. Hide there and buy time. I'll come for you soon, okay?
Don't worry. If we stay here, Miss Yu and the others will come join us. I wonder if all huge are like me. What? No way! You're nothing alike! But they said that's what I am. They're wrong. No matter where you're from, you're just a normal girl. So, if I went to join the huge, then there'd be no place for me there either. I wish I could have chosen how I was born. I would have picked something different. Do you ever feel that way? For sure. All the time. I always wanted to have long, beautiful, silky hair like Miss Yu. And I wish I could be cool and composed all the time like she is. Then I bet Yu is happy with the person she gets to be, huh? Listen, you don't have to be something you're not. You're Yuri, and you're perfect. But you know, I only became Yuri because of you, and I'm really grateful for that. Thank you for being part of who I am. Don't worry, you'll always have a home with us. We'll make one for you, got it?
Yes. Now let's go home together.
Everyone came. Hi, guys.
Moyu and the acting chairman presented their argument to the government. Yuri is safe and officially human. It's over.
I was so ready to sweep Riri off her feet in a daring escape. How disappointing.
And they canceled the warrant for your arrest already. How about that?
My arrest? I didn't know they were after me! And how'd you find the hideout? Oh, look outside. It's pretty obvious.
Yes, they managed to avoid conflict.
Was a volley of pure magic.
But it's still standing. It should have worn itself out immediately.
Is that a huge? Well, it definitely looks like one, but...
Huge are created and powered by magic. They shouldn't be able to channel it like that on their own. So how?
Are we gonna fight it? Yeah. We need to get back to the school and...
Whoa, is that Shakuchi? That's my rare skill!
That's impressive, but she's headed towards the huge!
Unbelievable. Even I've never been able to pull that off.
It's a combined technique. She's also using phase transcendence.
Then she's a dual skiller? Or has she been boosted?
Either way, she'll exhaust her magi if she keeps this up.
It's connected to that vortex.
Riri, you can't catch up to her on foot!
What are you doing? You're not ready for this yet!
If we take too many of those, Yurigauka is done for.
Oh, that's weird. Looks like the huge and the nest have some kind of link. It's like it created a direct magi pipeline.
If it's harnessing magi straight from the source, we either break that connection or we're done for. But how?
sorry. I never got to finish cutting your hair. It was starting to get so long. This morning, we were smiling.